What's common between Donald Trump's recent spree of orders and Sheikh Hasina's exit from Bangladesh? One organization, United States Agency for International Development. A few months ago, one name captured global headlines: Sheikh Hasina. Bangladesh's then Prime Minister escaped death and fled her own country. This was after students-led quota protests turned violent, and the unruly mob almost reached her residence before she escaped. The rest is history. A few days later, Muhammad Yunus, an economist and Nobel Peace Prize winner, took over. He began leading the country as the interim head of the government. And since then, anything and everything related to Sheikh Hasina has been targeted. From her party, Awami League's members, to her father, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's legacy. Now from the outside, the whole episode seemed like a homegrown revolution against an autocratic leader. But in recent months, reports linking an external hand have come out. And the United States Agency for International Development is at the center of these revelations. The organization originally intends to advance economic, political, social, and environmental well-being of the world's most vulnerable people. But in the name of these operations, the US often furthers its own interest. And this allegedly comes in the form of regime change. Some known examples include 2018 uprising in Nicaragua and constant meddling by US aid in Venezuela.
When the National Endowment for Democracy, the constant companion of U.S. aid and functionally interchanged, it was born out of a U.S. aid memo in 1982 to give birth to the National Endowment for Democracy. But when they overthrew the government of Bangladesh 4 months ago in September 2024, these are leaked documents that were published in the Gray Zone just 3 months ago. The internal baseline assessment that the IRI submitted to the State Department was that the only groups that they could muster to form an opposition group against the sitting government were gay and transgender groups, were two racial minority groups within Bangladesh, and youth and student groups who predominantly listen to rap music. So what did they turn around and do? IRI, in tandem with USAID, they funded Bangladeshi rap groups. They funded transgender dance festivals. And they funded the local universities in order to push radicalization messages to overthrow the democratically elected government. But that was Republicans. That was the International Republican Institute.
Now coming to Bangladesh, it has been alleged that BRAC University, which was at the center of protest, was heavily funded by United States Agency for International Development and the Gates Foundation. Last year, BRAC received $48 million from United States Agency for International Development. This was for projects like the Bangladesh America Maitri project, which aims to enhance the capacity of local NGOs. BRAC is also partner of George Soros's Open Society University Network. Soros's OSF has faced accusations of promoting regime change in Eastern Europe, West Asia, and Latin America. Further after, Trump administration halted US foreign aid to Bangladesh. George Soros's son Alex and chairperson of Open Society Foundations even held a meeting with Muhammad Yunus. The two discussed several issues including economic reforms, media freedom, asset recovery, and Rohingya crisis. Now Sheikh Hasina, who had previously alleged that the US was involved in the unrest in Bangladesh, may find herself validated. The US decision to cut off funding from United States Agency for International Development is drawing mixed reactions. Some say it reflects the truth of Bangladesh's interim government. Others, however, see it as a pivotal moment for Hasina and her political party, the Awami League. But one thing is sure, the political landscape is likely to shift in the South Asian country. Could this mark the beginning of Hasina's return to power? Or will it further entrench the hold of the interim government? As the protests intensify, only time will tell. Bureau Report, India Today Global.